Hi there, ladies and gentlemen of that humble internet. Welcome back to Winds of Change. I am your host, Ryan, aka the Ryeman. I wanted to do more before we went to the ball, but he had to say the line that ends all lines. I had to take a lap after that. That was a lie. I didn't take a lap. I went to shower. God damn it. Like, what's the worst that could happen? Can someone please throw a shoe at him?
So, we might have to fight Ulrich. That's pretty scary to think about, Pro.
Only if the Monarch sides with Draku, Valessa. There's still a pretty good chance that won't happen. I wonder who Draku will elect as his champion, though.
Well, his army is supposed to be incredibly powerful. He must get to handpick the strongest Alorinthians. I'm sure Ulrich can handle it, though. At least, I hope.
Well, Draku doesn't like to waste his men, remember? It's possible he'll elect an outsider, meaning one of us. Vivian is like an insect to him. Super easy to crush.
Ooh.
So, we'll be fighting each other in the end? Isn't this supposed to be a fight to the death?
Yep!
Exciting, isn't it?
Pro's all for this. Holy hell.
No, it's not. That means one of us will die.
Not exactly.
Oh god, Pro's got a scheme.
Huh?
Pro is plotting.
The match ends if the champion or the leader falls. It'd be possible to end this with Vivian or Draku's death. The champion is just there to spice things up, I guess. If it were just the two leaders, they'd only fight each other. Having two champions ensures the fight constantly changes pace. It makes things sound more interesting, at least. You need strategy. Watching two leaders in an unending deadlock would be boring. The champions and a small army of men really shake it up. It makes sure the leaders are at the top of their game, too. They have to watch every direction and constantly be ready. It serves to show us how strong they truly are. It's crazy. Draku is undefeated, but Ulrich might just stand a chance.
You know, no matter how this goes, if it's us that's chosen, it'd be a good, very bloody trial run for what the final battle could be. We should get some more experience under our belts before we storm the main castle.
I think you're kind of missing my point, Pro.
Really?
I don't think of Vivian and Draku as expendable. At the end of the day, one of us will die, no matter what. Even if it's one of them, it's still something I'd like to avoid.
Then it sounds like you side with Vivian, then. Draku's death would be the final death in the Colosseum. There'd be no more fights like this under his reign.
I know you're right, but it's not so easy. We have to kill him just because he thinks differently? There's no way to avoid casualties, and I hate that.
Yeah, but it's not just Alorinthia, Valessa. You could say that about this entire war in general. Sometimes it's better to look at people as means to an end.
Oh, jeez.
I can never do that.
A lot of people feel the same way, trust me. But that's probably why the Triumvirate is in charge. We need to start looking at things differently if we want to win.
If we have to compromise ourselves, then is it truly winning? I don't know, Pro. I think I need a little bit of time to myself.
Of course.
Right. Okay, heart to heart done. We did speeches. Ooh, we look at this. And then we go to the castle. And then we make horrible choices that gets everyone killed. Ugh. Sylvie knelt before his masters, with Halen and Shane behind him. Time had finally come to tell them what happened in Mazeo. Having Halen's support, however, meant they wouldn't learn the full truth.
The general of the rebellion has fallen. Good work, Shane. You've earned our trust. We had a feeling you'd prove yourself useful. But what of the seer? We notice that you don't have our blade. This displeases us. Please, Explain, Sophie.
They're sounding awfully calm.
We thought it better to damage their morale. They have the blade, but they can never recover. Next time we see them, it'll be like crushing an insect.
Why couldn't you just say the seer was also mortally wounded, but a cave-in happened, and we're unable to... Literally anything more than it just sounding like you let me go.
You failed your mission, Sophie. We wanted you to retrieve that blade. Now they have time to regroup and replan.
Yes, they have time, but not enough. I know where they'll be going, Masters. With your permission, I'll go and end this.
End what should already be over. Sophie, do you realize what you've done? There's a reason we needed that blade. But you failed to retrieve it, and let the seer get away. Any silver lining you can come up with is simply not enough. Domek's death will only fuel them with rage to use against us.
Only if we give it time to fester. We can leave immediately.
Halen, is Sophie speaking the truth? Do you trust his ability to carry out another mission?
Wait for it. Halen steps forward, nervous. Gulping, he looks at his masters.
No.
And there it is! Who could have seen it coming? What's that, audience? You said everyone saw this coming? Let's see if it's up on the board. Survey says Sophie looked shocked as Halen had promised him discretion. He grits his teeth in anger, taking deep breaths, trying to stay calm.
Tell us what really happened, Halen. We need to know in order to plan our next move.
Of course, Masters. Sophie failed on purpose. He had the blade and the seer's life, but took neither. I don't know why. I regret letting him run off alone.
Halen!
This is why. When three people need to keep a secret, both of them are dead, you imbecile. You know what? I'm just gonna use the word. I'm just gonna say it. You clod! Sophie's cry echoes through the triumvirate's chambers. His masters shake their heads, clearly displeased at this news.
He planned to deceive you all along. In fact, he had me promise to lie as well. I did, but I planned to tell you regardless.
Halen kneels down, swearing fealty.
I am unable to lie to you, Masters. You gave me life, and for that I am grateful. Shane and myself can carry out the next mission. At this time, Sophie is unfit for duty. It pains me to say, but it is the truth.
The triumvirate pauses, thinking for a few minutes. An eerie silence fills the room before they speak again. Sophie and Halen, both kneeling, look up at their masters.
Rise, Grand Inquisitor.
Slowly... I don't think they were talking to you. Sophie slowly rises, his fist trembling with anger.
No. Not you, Sophie.
Oh my goodness!
What?
Grand Inquisitor, please rise.
Please tell me Shane's the next to stand up. They say it again, and Halen looks around, confused. A few minutes later, he rises, standing up beside Sophie.
Masters?
Sophie is hereby stripped of the rank of Grand Inquisitor. Halen, taking this mantle, you'll train Shane as your apprentice. We trust that you will do as we command, and avoid letting us down.
Sylvie takes a few steps back while Halen nods.
Please, masters, I beg you to reconsider. We have them in our grasp. We can do this.
You can go find a shirt.
Sophie, we would have understood the failure of your mission. But lying to us, the lack of loyalty and honesty is unacceptable. It's almost starting to seem like your allegiance lies somewhere else.
God, I'm just now remembering I have like a near 15-hour day tomorrow at work.
It doesn't. I swear.
We cannot be certain that you're telling the truth. Surely you can see how that lie has damaged our trust. Halen, however, has proven to be nothing but loyal. Shane killed a key member of the rebellion as well. You come back to us with nothing to show but deception. It hurts us, and so you must be punished for your actions.
They're sounding very calm. Sylvie's head slumps down, accepting defeat. If he wanted to win them back, he'd have to endure this punishment. Fighting it was useless. It would only serve to make things worse for him.
Very well. I understand. But know that I will make this up to you. Until you need me again, I'll be in my chambers.
He starts to walk away, but is quickly stopped by his masters.
No.
Turning around, the look of anger is more apparent on his face.
Excuse me?
Your punishment must be rather severe. Without that blade, we are vulnerable.
Then tell me what you plan to do. There is no pain I will not endure for you.
Halen, Shane, come here.
Doing as instructed, they approach the triumvirate. They turn around and Sylvie is faced by all 5 of his now superiors.
We no longer have any use for you, Sylvie. The Inquisition has been reformed, and is now stronger. We have no choice but to exile you from Balteus. Permanently.
You know, all things considered, that's pretty light.
What?
You will leave immediately. This is non-negotiable. Set in stone.
Why do I have the sneaking suspicion that the party is about to get larger? Sylvie shakes his head, clearly fighting back tears.
After everything I've done for you, you're going to what? Just throw me away?
Yes. Without Rain in danger, we need a strong core. We need men who can get the job done, without question. This is something you seem to be incapable of, Sophie.
There must be something I can do.
Go find the Avatar.
No, Sophie. There's nothing you can do. It's too late. Unless you march in here with that blade and the seer. Well, to put it bluntly, we never wish to see your face again.
They literally told him to go after the fucking Avatar. Oh my fucking god. Alright, let's hit that bar! Let's hit that bar! Let's hit that ball! Yeah, let's go travel to the castle. Oh! Well, alrighty. We enter the castle gates, and to my surprise, I see trees like back at home. There's grass, too, almost as green as the grass back in Valinor. I have no idea how Dracu got this here, but it sure wasn't cheap.
Wow, this is incredible. I know you said he was rich, but this is crazy.
He's got
I've
grass!
never seen such a fancy place. Not in my entire life.
Dominic steps forward, clearly amazed as well.
So this is where Dracu lives. It seems a bit excessive, don't you think? I prefer our tunnels. A lot more secretive.
Yeah, but they're not fighting in underground guerrilla warfare, dude.
Alarinthia is all about showcasing your power. Most rulers add a wing or two to the castle during their reign. It's only going to get bigger and bigger with each passing year. Unless, of course, Vivian takes over. He's not fixated on that kind of stuff.
I can't imagine it getting much bigger, to be honest. What does one ruler need to do with all that space?
They're riches, dude.
Well, he has a large army as well. Larger than Vivian's. But don't let that sway us. I think you've seen enough to know that this place needs changing.
Did I really?
Right, of course. So what, do we just march right in? I don't see any guards or security.
Look around and he's right. I just see a lot of partygoers. They're all sipping some sort of alcohol. They look at peace. I suppose this is one way to stop the people from fighting back. Notice a large man exit the castle gates and slowly approach us. He's not carrying any weapons, so I doubt he's some sort of security. He looks intimidating, of course. That's about it. Is this Westy?
I'll take care of this, just like before. We can't risk slipping up in this castle. One misstep, and everyone will be after us.
We all step back, trusting Ulrich's word. We take a few steps forward, meeting the mysterious man. Oh, he, not we, Jesus. Something tells me that this is Draku's guard. I know it.
Westy, I presume. That's an interesting name, you know?
You know, figuring that you're from the east.
It's a nickname for your information. And you must be Ulrich. You sure stand out.
God! Were you an afterthought? You do not! I am sorry, you do not look as well drawn as everyone else. I'm sorry. There's something wrong with you. Wait, oh.
Yes, we come in peace, don't worry. We are here for the ball, and Draku. Is it possible to request an audience?
Look at Ulrich. Look at Westy. Think back to Domik. Now look back at Westy. Look at Valessa. Look back at Westy. Were you, added in at the last minute?
He's a busy man, you know.
So am I, so don't waste our time. Can we have an audience or not?
Westy sighs and crosses his arms.
Fine. I'll let you in to see him. He's been expecting you, you know. We've been keeping watch since the docks.
Just like Vivian's man.
Yeah, but we let him get to you first. It's not often an army comes here from the mainland. We wanted to hear his offer, so we could top it.
And top it? Draku wants our army as well? We're starting to become popular around here.
Don't let that get to your head, Ulrich. You're just as disposable to him as Vivian. You just happen to be both disposable and strong.
You might want to work on your public relations skills.
Look at this ball and then say that to me again. That's right, you can't. Now let's get going. I'll be inside the gates when you're ready.
He walks away, leaving Ulrich to turn back to us. So it seems like everybody has a use for us in this place. Vivian was probably right. Draku would use us to fight him.
Well, that makes things easier, doesn't it? This is going to go exactly like we expected. Let's just help Vivian and get this over with. Draku has a bigger army, but Vivian has a brighter future. And that's what we were fighting for, remember? A better future. It might be a bit harder to win, but we can still do it.
Everybody nods, agreeing on this unanimously. Makes sense, since they didn't want to fight Ulrich. But ultimately, the final decision would be up to me.
This seems to be going pretty well. I hope we're not walking into a trap.
Draku wouldn't try anything during his ball. This is about making the people happy, not scared. Let's hear him out, and get this over with for good.
Sure, sounds good to me. On your mark, Monarch.
They all spread out and started looking around the area. Domik was right. Everything seems to be going so well. We deserve it, after what we went through. That's what I think. It's crazy to think that within a few days we'd be attacking Balteus. We couldn't waste any time. We go right after securing this alliance. But I think back to the moment on the ship where I touched the blade. I wanted to show our victory, and it showed me nothing. Pushing forward, in spite of that, that was the definition of hope. If there was anything that would help us win this war, it was that hope. I don't see books, I don't see side stories, just some randomness.
What's this place for?
Barracks?
Security normally, but there isn't any during the ball. Anybody is just free to walk inside.
Including into the security office?
Oh, okay. Is security normally heavy?
Yeah, they need to fend off assassins. As a ruler here, you're constantly a target. I can't imagine living in that constant fear.
Wait, what happens if a leader is assassinated? Does the killer become the new ruler of Alaranthia?
Yeah, that's metal.
No, the killer is usually given the death penalty, and then an open tournament is held to find the strongest man. It's considered cowardly to kill someone when they aren't prepared.
Wait, so what's keeping that from happening to Vivian if he wins?
Oh, I guess that makes sense. I was kind of wondering. I mean, Vivian could just easily assassinate Draku, right? But now it makes sense why they didn't go that route.
Yeah, it would change nothing. Vivian would still need to fight. He'd stand no chance in an open tournament like that. A Colosseum battle is the only way for him to do this.
Would people respect the change if Vivian won? Or would they want to fight him in the Colosseum too?
Yeah, just saying that you're banning the Colosseum's not gonna just make people instantly go, oh, okay, Vivian's leader for life then.
They'd probably want to fight him for a while, but a ruler can always turn down a challenge. Usually they're arrogant, so they don't do that. And it's not a change they need to respect. No matter what, Vivian is still in charge. He'd likely merge with the new monarchy. And at that point, there's nothing they can do. History's already made, treaty's already signed. That is, if the monarch decides to side with Vivian.
It seems like an easy choice, doesn't it?
Oh, something's up then. Oh, something's up with Vivian then, isn't there? There's been way too much, like, hyping up Vivian as the good guy in stories like this. Something's up, isn't there?
I guess we'll see.
I guess we will, okay! The gates don't seem to lead directly to the castle. There still seems to be a long way to walk once you enter them. I can see the entrance to the actual castle far down the paved road. It almost seems like an experience to approach the castle. It's a little gaudy, but I guess we just have different tastes. I wonder why there are some people partying out here. Are they full inside or something? Or maybe they just wanted to get away from the noise. Either way, this indicated that there was a ton of people at the ball. I'm not noticing anything else. Oh, this here. The castle is massive. I've never seen anything like it. I wonder if the Triumvirate's castle would be anything like this. It's crazy to think that each ruler adds more and more onto it. That gives it something like a patchwork look. To each their own. Every ruler had a different taste in design, after all. I can't imagine the story behind this castle. Man, I'm being reminded of the Winchester House now.
Now that's something I'd like to climb. Ulrich, what do you think about that?
I'd rather you didn't. They might think you're breaking in. Or even worse, coming to kill Draku.
That's fair!
Oh, maybe I'll ask him first then. Do you think he'd give me permission?
Probably not.
I don't think he's the giving type, Fortin. He'd probably just laugh you away and call you a fool.
Wait, really? Then what about this ball? Isn't he just giving all this stuff away?
Well, yeah, but not for free. It's to win the people over, gain their allegiance. He's not doing it to be generous. He has a motive.
True. I'll still give it a shot, though. The worst he can do is say no.
Well, that's a good attitude to have, actually, Forsim. I actually encourage you to now politely ask politely ask the homeowner if you can scale up their house.
Trust me, he can do far worse than that. Don't ask unless you're ready to handle it.
I have to meet this dude now. How did they get these trees to live in this weather? They look like trees back in the mainland. They don't belong here. Must require a tremendous amount of care to ensure they stay alive. If anything, it serves to make me feel less homesick. Part of the mainland is right here with me and my comrades. That put me at ease, so I choose not to question this further. Let's get inside, shall we? Oh, straight into the throne room. Damn. I thought we were going to mingle in other places first. Oh, this is going to be good. Oh, this is going to be good. We've been hyping up this dude as the big baddie. The throne room is crowded and full of people partying. Normally, I imagine this to be reserved for Draco alone. But right now, open to everybody, it's almost like a big ballroom. A man sits on the throne, watching the people as if it entertains him. That must be Draco. I scan the room and notice Vivian in a corner. Since no one knows what he looks like, he must blend in perfectly. He must have snuck ahead of us while we were talking back at the gates. I guess all the pieces were in place. The ball was about to get interesting. I wonder how many people were here were part of Vivian's insurrection. Westy stands beside Draco, and I see them whisper to one another. A few months later, Draco stands up, eyeing down on me and my comrades. Oh, here we go. I'm ready to get a look at this fucking probably mountain of a dragon thing. I didn't notice how tall and imposing he was until he stood up. Almost a match for Ulrich.
Silence.
That's Draco. Look at the top of his head. Look at his lips. Oh, I'm sorry. Continue. I don't mean to sound like an ass. I was actually expecting something more intimidating looking. His deep voice echoes through the throne room, and everybody stops talking. Oh man, they turn to him as if out of fear and await his next words. But I know what they'll be. He knows who we are, and with Vivian here, it's likely he's ready to take a move.
We have those who would disturb the peace among us. Guards, lock the doors. We have some business to take care of.
He claps his hands once in a commanding gesture. Soon after, a group of people close the throne room doors. They carry no weapons and are disguised as partygoers. That's smart, actually.
Now, how should we deal with those who disturb the peace? Watching them starve in the cells doesn't do much for me anymore.
The crowd starts shouting a bunch of potential punishments. Draco laughs, clearly enjoying all these horrible ideas thrown his way.
I say we hear them out, and treat them in kind. So tell us, why did you come here today?
I take a step forward in response, but then Draco looks the other way. Fixing his view to the corner of the room, I realize he wasn't talking to me.
Vivian.
Everybody looks towards the corner, and Vivian scoffs. Moving forward, he stands in the center of the room.
Draco.
You come here on my day of celebration to challenge me. It is an insult to both me and all of these proud Alarinthians. Looking deep into our core, you say we're not good enough. We honor the traditions of the ancients, as we should. Without them, we wouldn't be here today. You want to tear us apart. You want to create a nation that's weak, just like the mainland.
No.
You've got it all wrong.
It's an insult towards
Lack of strength
me.
is not a weakness. The unity of the mainland, their shared ideals, that's true strength. You stand here, alone, victim to your incessant squabbling.
Vivian takes a few steps towards the throne with intense passion. I can tell that this is something he'd really fight with his life for.
We yield to no one while they are docile slaves of the Triumvirate. They crush the mainlanders under their heel, who ask no questions at all. Alarinthia is a free land. We make our own choices, and we hold the power.
Damn, like, pardon me, but I'm kind of siding with Draku over here. I mean, yeah, you were not... I'm sorry, you were not what I expected. I was the dude over here, he taller and whatnot. I was expecting like I don't know, like an 8-foot tall dragon wing dude. I was expecting the worst. But the looks aside, you know, he's talking about just respecting our traditions that have worked so far. We're strong. The Triumvirate has not conquered them. Sorry, it's like I'm walking into Sparta. And sorry, I think I'm gonna have to side with the Spartans over here. Remember, the Macedonians were like, hey, if we march into your lands, the Spartans just responded with, yeah, if. History is so fucking cool. Pro pushes me aside and steps forward, standing beside Vivian. Ulrich reaches out to stop him, but he's not quick enough.
Then help us gain our freedom!
All eyes are diverted our way, and even Vivian seems surprised.
We've come here seeking an alliance. We're not all mindless slaves, you know?
An alliance? And what can you offer me? You look as if I could crush you with one hand.
I'm stronger than you think. We all are. We grew up alone on the streets of Mazeo. If we weren't strong, we'd be long dead by now.
He's gonna stand up to be his champion, isn't he?
You? On the streets of Mazeo? My apologies. That is quite respectable. You must be part of the Monarch's crew.
Yes, and we've come to seek your aid. You keep talking about how strong you are, and help us take down those who claim godhood.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm marching into Sparta, right? And I'm talking to the people who run the joint. I'll be like, yeah, I side with you guys. You guys seem all right. I respect the whole our ancient warrior society. Maybe it is just because I like ancient warrior society. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. So we'd be like, hey, you guys are awesome. You want to prove how strong you are? Help us gain our freedom. You want to go fight God? That'd be baller! I think Sparta would be kind of down with that. I don't know, it's just me. Everyone watches in awe as this turns into a standoff.
And what do I get in return?
That's a good question! Pro steps forward, confidence radiating from the way he moves.
I will be your champion and offer some of our forces. Together we can crush Vivian's pathetic insurrection. Allow us this chance to prove our strength as worthy allies.
Yeah, worse people are going to die. We're either going to lose Ulrich, we're either going to lose Pro, we're probably going to lose both. He kneels down, offering his loyalty to Draku. What was he doing? He's playing around to Draku's hand. Once he told us that Draku needed our army, he's only playing dumb. Draku steps down the stairs leading to his throne. He stays far from Vivian and Pro, but they're now level.
What an unconventional turn of events. Vivian, you were seeking a challenge, yes?
Yes, at the break of dawn. I will allow you your final night of revelry.
And who will fight as your champion?
Ulrich.
He motions back toward Ulrich, who steps forward. Standing beside Vivian, his loyalty and stance is clear.
I see.
Draku eyes Pro up and down.
And what do they call you?
Besides idiot.
They call me Pro, Your Excellence. It would be my honor to fight with you in the Colosseum. I offer my life and the life of our forces to your cause.
Dude is really talking for all of us here. I step forward ready to object these events, but Draku speaks first.
I accept your offer, Pro. Vivian isn't worth using my own men. But you lack the authority to make this pledge.
He looks straight at me, eyeing the blade on my back.
That decision lies with the Monarch. Help me defeat Vivian, and I will offer you my might. Go against me, and I cannot guarantee your survival.
This is all happening so fast, but I know that's Draku's plan. He wants us to fight his battle for him. I don't even know if he's trustworthy. I don't even know if Vivian is trustworthy! But Pro, in his haste, put me in an almost impossible position to manage. If I side with Vivian and Ulrich, we'd have to fight Pro and Draku. Draku would have our forces as backup, while Vivian would have his. One way or another, I'm fighting my own dudes! This is a fight to the death, so major losses seem unavoidable. This battle would likely happen regardless of my support. So not picking a side would only harm our cause in the long run. But choosing Pro over Ulrich, or vice versa, that's hurting our bond. I closed my eyes and clenched my fists together. I needed to stop thinking about this so personally. People will die either way. This is war. It's unavoidable. So the real question is, what kind of future do I want for Alorithia? Do I want Draco to remain in power, and for things to remain unchanged? Or do I want Vivian to overthrow the nation, and ally Alorithia with the mainland? No. I need to detach myself even further. There's no Pro. There's no Ulrich. There's no Draco. There's no Vivian. There's just Alorithia. That's all.
Monarch, what is your decree? Fight with me, and prove yourself worthy of my help? Or fight with Vivian, against thousands of years of tradition?
Oh, boy. I mean, I'm digging the Warrior Society thing. I really do. But I think this is going to result in someone from the party dying. They're saying I can't trust Draco, but can I trust Vivian? I do not know. I literally have been here less than a day. We have the devil we know against the devil we don't know. What do my advisors say?
Well, our main goal is changing the world, right? We want a better future for everybody, not just us. It stands to reason that we should change Alorithia. But Vivian can't offer as much power as Draco can, and for that matter, I don't want Pro or Ulrich to die. This is all so complicated, I'm not sure what to do. Our final attack will be harder if we use Vivian's forces. That is, if Vivian and Ulrich can take down Draco. He's never lost the Colosseum battle, remember? I guess it depends on what we want. An easier time during our assault on Balteus, or a changed Alorithia at our forces' expense. There's no wrong choice here, Monarch.
I think there
Take
is.
your time, and do what your heart tells you. Our end goal and our purpose will remain the same.
Okay. In that case, let's become even more detached. Alright, no Ulrich, there's no Pro. There's not even Alorithia, right? There's no, love for warrior cultures, warrior societies. What have I been doing thus far? If I'm thinking back to my previous decisions, I mean, I guess what I've been doing is allowing people to keep doing things they want to do. I think back to the Perigano. They wanted that to either stay as a bar, as a place for people to gather and have fun while still being a bit of a barracks, or just fully convert to barracks. I let it remain a bar. Because that's kind of what a lot of people wanted. There was a choice. Do we choose a leader to have Valinor join with everyone else, dissolve from Well, essentially, or just remain an independent city-state. I let it, I guess, with Valessa, let it remain an independent city-state. I can't just let one people stay independent and not allow others the same right? Look, I was not dragged from my world to conquer this one. I think I'll let the place stay the same. I did not come here to conquer. I came here to liberate everyone so they can go all their own way the way they want to. I'm not here to unite everyone under one banner. If there's any kind of banner I'm unifying and uniting people under, it's for the right for us to do whatever the fuck we want. So the place can stay the same. I take a deep breath before announcing my choice. We would help Draku and prove ourselves as worthy allies. We would defeat the Triumvirate and keep Alarinthia unchanged. Because think about it. If we also help these people remain independent and free to make their own choices and run things the way they want to, well, frankly, like, if we didn't, the Triumvirate, I think, would eventually try to come for them anyway. So there would be war. So if anything, Mr. Draku, you're doing a preemptive strike before they invade you. Oh, but that would mean fighting against Ulrich in the Colosseum, and he has won so many points with me! He was putting his life on the line to change the nation. Vivian looks at me, visibly disappointed in my choice.
If I win, don't come begging for my help. I won't forget this choice, Monarch, I swear. Come on, Ulrich. Let's go prepare. We can do this alone.
Ugh! Everyone starts to part ways, but the doors remain locked. People try to open them, but Draku quickly makes them stop.
None of you shall leave. I wouldn't want you running away.
He claps his hand and a bunch of servants approach him.
Private quarters will be arranged for those involved in the fight. Tomorrow morning, you will all be escorted to the Colosseum. For tonight, enjoy the ball. I think you'll find it quite exquisite.
Oh. After that, everybody goes back to enjoying the festivities. Regardless of our alliance, we all gather up in the center of the room. I never expected that this chain of events would get so complicated. And Draku handled it in such a calm manner, too. It's almost as if he was confident in his ability to win. Uncertainty, confusion, and fright soon filled my mind. He played us. He provoked Pro into pledging his loyalty. At that point, it was already too late. Pro made up his mind. Unknowingly, we all became pawns in a fight for Amarinthia's future. I should probably roam around the ball until it's time to rest. I could feel out the situation and get feedback from my comrades, who now all hate me. That would be the key in helping me sort out this ongoing mess in my mind. Ooh-wee! I'm gonna do that next episode. Bye-bye!